Stirring the coffee with chopsticks, using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, coffee. Hot, very hot. Maybe I should have stirred it a little bit longer, but good. Ethiopian and Legends of Tabletop legendary brew 50/50 in a percolator. I switch things up. That way you don't get bored with things. As kind of a changeaholic, I like keeping things interesting. It's the same thing at relationships. If you just do the same thing over and over and over again, then you end up needing to take a break from one another. You keep things fresh, whether it be a marriage, a dating relationship, a friendship, by doing things that are different. Then you end up back at your old standby. But there's nothing like keeping things fresh. Now, both parties have to be into it for it to work. Some people don't like change. You ever notice that? Some people don't like change. But you do. That's why you watch the Daybreak Show, because there's something always changing and it's never predictable. Let's get started. Because I was feeling so logical, digital, 1, 2, 3, 5. Supertramp, 1978. I saw Creflo Dollar quoting John MacArthur. It's kind of like Hillary Clinton quoting Rand Paul. And the main thoughts for the day will be coming up at the end. Something you want to stay tuned for this. This is going to be a very powerful segment on singleness. Director Jeff Nichols takes huge risks with his films most of the time. From the movie Take Shelter to Mud to Midnight Special. I can watch Michael Shannon. He likes the actor Michael Shannon. A very gnarly, interesting face. Kirsten Dunst. Wow. She has just blossomed into this mature adult actress that is so underrated. The movie Midnight Special, for me, sci-fi at its best. I give it a 10. You want to check that out, but you want to check out all three of these films. Take Shelter, Mud, and Midnight Special. And then let me know what you think of them. I think you're going to like them. I don't drink anymore. No, really, I don't drink. I freeze it like a popsicle and eat it. Dean Martin. Here we go. It's pretty easy to be married to food, Netflix, books, movie theaters, church, gardening, painting, live music, events, web surfing, career, daydreaming, writing, power walks, etc., etc., etc. And that marriage can be a very happy and secure one. Years can fly by fast and you end up loving that spouse, which is all of those things that I just mentioned. And just like a human spouse, you want to protect them. So here we go. Let's get philosophical about dating, relationships, completeness, contentment, and a nice even-keeled joy. I've cultivated that as a single man who was once married and familyed up. I have zero compulsions or am being pulled in any direction by anything or anybody except from within my own drive for continued success. There's no vacuum needing to be fulfilled. I have no emptiness. Companionship and partnership could be good. Hypothetically, it could be good. It's great being a friend to many, but not being an intimate lover to one. Now, if there was a one, and I'm not a one-itis kind of guy, if there was one person in my life, that could be cool. But I will say this, is that my brain and my heart are in the driver's seat now. The gorilla is in the back seat enjoying the ride. I'll never forget, someone talked about a man's sex drive is like a gorilla in a cage just trying to get out. And as you get older, I used to say the gorilla was in the driver's seat, then it would be in the passenger seat, and then it goes to the back seat. And you end up driving the vehicle, and the gorilla doesn't control the direction or the speed of the vehicle anymore, which is your life. So being in my late 50s, almost 60, and single, there's no underlying pressure or desire to fill the passenger seat, the chair across from me at the table, or the other side of my bed. There's zero compulsions, and it's a beautiful thing. Take a look at some of the sayings that people have. Well, when you least expect it, you'll meet the right one. There's two things wrong with that. Number one, when you least expect it. The whole concept of everything is a surprise. Everything in life is just like opening up a present, like, oh, wow, I didn't expect this. Listen, I live my life deliberately, so should you. If you want to be single, be single. If you want to be partnered up with somebody and have a companion, a life companion, a co-pilot for part of your journey or for a spell, then you go for it. That is living deliberately. Deliberately. I'm deliberately single, but open to meeting somebody. It's a great way to live. Zero compulsions. It's a great way to live. I used to say it's better to be single and wish you were married than to be married and wish you were single. Better yet, being single and not wishing anything and just enjoying life to its fullest, however one defines full. The right one. When you least expect it, the right one will come along. I don't believe there is a right one. You are the right one. You. When you are pursuing excellence, you've heard me say this, excellence pursues you. You have zero compulsions. You're not afraid to sit at a kitchen table with an empty chair in front of you. You get to the point where it's actually kind of preferable. Going to movies by yourself, going out to dinner by yourself. Even if you're married or in a relationship right now, you know you enjoy your times when you're by yourself. You know that. Remember the first time you walked into a restaurant and said, "Table for one, please"? And they looked at you? And they, the waitress always grabs, or the hostess always grabs 2 menus, and you say, "Oh, just one." And you might have felt weird the first time you said that. After a while, they just grab the one menu when they get to know you. It's a beautiful thing to have no compulsions driving you. The gorilla is no longer in the front seat. You're using this head to think. It's a magnificent thing. And then, for those of you that are single, like me, your spouse is food, Netflix, books, movies, church, gardening, your pets, rescuing pets, painting, live music, going to various events, and art festivals, street festivals, web surfing, driving your career, developing new products, daydreaming, power walks. That's a great thing to have relationships with. Although you do need people, this is why I love the concept of relationship fasting. When I'm with somebody, I'm with them 100%. When I'm by myself, I enjoy my life with no compulsion to want to be with them. I don't feel insecure having an empty side of the bed. I can go away for a weekend by myself and enjoy it, and walk around a street festival, a car show, a motorcycle show, a bike night, a food festival, and have a ball by myself. The gorilla is no longer in the driver's seat. The gorilla's not in the passenger seat. The gorilla is in the back seat. You're not driven by those, I don't want to say carnal. I guess if it gets to the point of sinfulness and hurting people, then it would be carnal. But driven by your primal, I'd rather use the word primal desires. And you can become your own best friend. Now, is it good that man be alone? No. That's why I don't believe that forever bachelor is a great way to be. I still believe you need a companion, but it doesn't have to be a full-time companion. You might not be suited, if you are a man, suited to have a woman with you at all times. Or if you're a woman, you might not be suited to have a man with you at all times. But maybe sometime, and that's all you need. Think about this. It's proven, let me just get another sip of my coffee here. It's proven that we are healthier when we eat less. The less food we put into our bodies, the healthier we are and more longevity we have. People that die young are people that eat a lot. Think about it. So when you think about relationships, if you're just always around each other, that could actually be death. That could actually lead to illness or a sick relationship. That's why I believe that there needs to be spaces in your togetherness. I don't believe we are suited to be men and women. I don't believe we are suited to be attached at the hip. And I guarantee you, if I took a poll or asked responses, the women watching this right now would be the first ones to say, amen. And that is not to bash the guys, because I'm a guy. Men, we can be clingy, we can be untrusting, and some people will say, well, that's because of female nature, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to go there. This is not the channel to discuss female nature and how everything revolves around your reaction to females. Be confident in yourself. Whether you are a man or a woman, pursue excellence. Excellence will pursue you. Beast wishes.